What's up, everyone? I'm Sergeant First Class Justin Morelli coming at you live with episode 14 of Trivia Tuesday. I can't believe how far we've made it to actually get to this point, but hey, it's coming to a close. We're going to do 15 episodes this season, so season 1 will conclude next week. So to all of you that are return players, welcome back, and make sure you spread the word so that we can close out next week with the largest attendance that we've had thus far. And to all of you newcomers, welcome. We're going to have a lot of fun today, as we always do. Trivia Tuesday, of course, is brought to you by the U.S. Army New England. And we are, just thrilled to be able to give you guys all the chance to learn a bit about the area that you're from, a bit about the Army, and a bit about our early American history, so particularly the American Revolution. So we're happy to have you all on board today. So far, we have 11 players already logged in, and we have several more on the YouTube live. So welcome. I see some return players. So we got Mojo Man just jumped on. Hoya Kane will do it live. The Lincoln Loons are in the house. Diana Prince, Lincoln Rocks, and a number of others. They're kind of switching up on me as we go here. But Jay to the 4th, so welcome. And Taco Tuesday, hey, I love tacos, but let's be real here. Today is Trivia Tuesday. So welcome back, Apple Pie. I see that we have several return winners. So thank you to all the loyal followers that have been sticking with us through the last 14 weeks. It's just pretty incredible to think that we've made it this far. And I'll tell you what, I'm getting tired, so I'm definitely ready for a break. But like I said, next week, invite everyone that you can to come out and play. I challenge you all to try to make this the largest showing that we've had thus far for Trivia Tuesday. So get as many players as you can to come out and join us. We're going to go out with a bang. As every week has been a ton of fun, I do anticipate next week is just going to be outright a great time. So welcome. To those of you that are just tuning in, the Kahoot code that you're going to need to enter into Kahoot.it or onto the Kahoot app is 219-9145. I say that again, it is 219-9145. So enter that in, and let's go ahead and get this game started here shortly. I'm going to give you just about 30 more seconds. And we got 14 players so far. So She What It Is just jumped on. That's awesome. H is the best letter. I didn't see you down there before. But yeah, Diego, welcome. So, and DT Size, of course, is back. So Little Miss Lincoln's playing as well. So we got a lot of players up from Lincoln, Maine. That's pretty awesome. Welcome to all of them. I know they're having a great time. And then we have Princess Yu in the house as well. She won in week 3. So welcome back, Princess Yu. That's pretty awesome. So we're up to about 15 players right now. And I say that we go ahead and get it started. All right, so as always, we start out with the American history and trivia, in particular questions typically about the Revolution, just because a lot of them do pertain to this area that we're from, and we're proud of that history here in New England. But during this round, there will be 3 questions worth double points. So let's go ahead and kick it off. All right, in 1777, this American symbol was removed from Philadelphia to prevent the British from melting it down to make cannons. Was it A, the Constitution, B, the Liberty Pole, C, the Capitol's dome, or D, the Liberty Bell? And we got 20 seconds remaining with about 10 answers in so far. So get those answers in as quick as you can. As you all know, you get more points the faster that you answer. But you get no points if you get it wrong. So if you take your time, and all right, there we go. We got 11 with the correct answer. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Liberty Bell. Yeah, pretty awesome. The Liberty Bell is just an interesting story all around. So it was created long before the Revolution. And it was hung in the State House. During the actual reading of the Declaration of Independence, the building was under construction. So there's a small chance that the Liberty Bell actually wasn't even rung during our Declaration of Independence period. However, there's no one really around to verify that. And so, it is still a symbol of our liberty regardless. Inscribed on it is actually the word liberty, coming from a Bible phrase. And when the bell was moved in 1777, because there was fear of the British capturing it, it was moved up to Allentown, Pennsylvania, to a church, and it was hidden up there before it was eventually moved back to Philadelphia. But it was actually lost for quite some time, and in the 1800s, it was rediscovered, and it became a symbol for the abolitionist movement. So, it was a symbol to free the slaves. So it's always stood for liberty, and being returned back to, being right outside of Independence Hall and, the museums all right in Philadelphia. It's just a very fitting place. It's a pretty awesome place to visit if you ever have the chance. As proud as I am being a Bostonian and all that took place here to birth our country, Philadelphia obviously shares quite a bit of that with us, and so it's pretty great. So check it out if you ever got the opportunity. But in the meanwhile, I think it's time that we check out the leaderboard. All right, so DT Size is in first place with 944 points, but J to the fourth is right behind, just 20 points back. Diana Prince in third. H is the best letter, or equals best letter. And Taco Tuesday, welcome to the leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are definitely crushing it. Let's see if you can keep it up for the next 14 questions. And let's go ahead and kick that off with the next question. It's a ×2, ladies and gentlemen. So recognized for saving General Washington's life at Brandywine, he became known as the father of the American cavalry. Was it A, Friedrich Wilhelm von Steuben, B, the Marquis de Lafayette, C, Casimir Pulaski, or D, Michael Kovacs? And we got 6 answers in so far with 15 seconds remaining. So I know that this might be a little bit tricky, but we had a lot of foreign help during our war for independence. And this person is definitely someone that we can... Wow, okay. All right, so we got 3 with the correct answer on that one. So 3 got that answer, or that question right with Casimir Pulaski. So a little bit of interesting information about Pulaski. Pulaski was just fascinating. So a couple things. He actually first spoke to Ben Franklin and learned about the American Revolution, by discussing with Ben Franklin. And he decided, being in Poland, he decided he was going to travel to the United States and help out with the cause. And so he arrived in the United States and eventually worked his way up to becoming a general. He is known as the father of the American cavalry. And he saved Washington at the Battle of Brandywine. So during Washington's retreat, we were being defeated by the British. And during Washington's retreat, there was a separate unit of British that had closed in and were trying to cut off that retreat. So had that actually taken place, Pulaski interfered, basically intercepted them, and was able to allow Washington to escape. But had Washington been captured or killed during that battle, the outcome of the war in our country would have been very, very different. So it's just something interesting to think about. Pulaski himself was killed actually in the Battle of Savannah in Savannah, Georgia. And there is a fortress named after him there now. And some other recently new information about Pulaski. So something very different. So they actually exhumed the remains and analyzed the skeleton of Pulaski and determined that based off of the skeletal remains and the DNA confirmation with Pulaski's surviving relatives, that in fact Pulaski may have been a woman. So it's not 100% confirmed, but it's very likely by analyzing jawline and just the bone structure and everything else that the pelvic structure, everything points to the fact that Pulaski may have actually been either a woman or possibly intersex, which would have been very different during that time. But either way, he lived his life as a man and did great things to help out the revolution. So I just thought that was pretty fascinating. And I think with that being said, it's time to check out the leaderboard. All right, so we have Hoya Kane up in first place, jumping up. She What It Is in second. Princess Yu jumps up to third place. DT Size drops down to fourth, and Jada the fourth drops down to fifth. But ladies and gentlemen, fear not. I understand DT Size and Jada the fourth got that question wrong, but be prepared, ladies and gentlemen, because I know that both of them are serious contenders for winning Trivia Tuesday today. But with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next question. All right, and it's another ×2. So considered America's oldest military decoration, this medal is the predecessor of the current Purple Heart. Is it A, the Legion of Merit, B, Badge of Military Merit, C, the Fidelity Medallion, or D, the Purple Pendant? And we got 6 answers in with about 15 seconds remaining. So the Purple Heart is a very honorable award to receive while serving in the military. We got 5 seconds left, so go ahead and get those answers in. We got 15 answers in. So all right, ladies and gentlemen, your time is up, but we got 4 with the correct answer. So yeah, it threw off some people. I knew that it was a tough one, but it is in fact the Badge of Military Merit. And so, interesting facts, this is what it looked like here, and it was actually created by George Washington. And so it's the second oldest award, because the Fidelity Medallion actually was the first award given to soldiers. But that became known more as the John Andre Medal, because it was only given to the soldiers that were involved in the capture of Major John Andre, the British intelligence officer that was working with Benedict Arnold to take over West Point. But the Badge of Military Merit was actually a meritorious award, and as time progressed, it eventually grew into what it is now, which is it is given to soldiers that are wounded or killed in combat. And so it's a meritorious award still, and it's a very special honor to receive, although not one that I've ever looked to earn. And I'm thankful that I've always been safe. It's still a great honor, and I thought that little shirt there that I wanted to show you guys to show you the original was pretty cool. So let's go ahead and check out the leaderboard and see how people are doing. And we got She What It Is on fire, moving up into first place. Hoya Kane in second. Jada the fourth is in third. Taco Tuesday moves up into fourth. And Mojo Man's on the leaderboard, so welcome, Mojo Man. You are in fifth place, but She What It Is has the highest answer streak of 3. So I'm pretty impressed with all of you, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, I think it's time that we move on to the next question. All right, created in the ancient state of Phrygia, this fashion accessory became an American symbol worn to defy British tyranny. Was it A, the Liberty Cap, B, the tricorn hat, C, the rebellious stripes, or D, a gorget? And we got 4 answers in so far with 15 seconds remaining. I do want to give you all a hint. Don't be confused, or don't be don't think that just because I'm wearing a hat right now that was a clue in any way. So your time is up, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope everyone got their answers in. It is in fact 2 got that right with the Liberty Cap. So I didn't mean to throw you guys off. I am wearing this silly hat, but at the time that this hat was fashionable, it was just a hat. There was a particular hat called the Phrygia hat or the Liberty Cap that became a symbol for liberty. And so from ancient Greece on up to the French Revolution and then to the American Revolution, people wore a Liberty Cap. And the Phrygia hat has it's kind of shaped to me like a Smurf hat. Typically it was red, and what people would do is they would wear it around like a little stocking cap on their heads, and then they would climb up onto the Liberty pole, put their Liberty Cap on top, and that was just the ultimate way to defy the crown. So pretty cool. Actually, in the Army SEAL, if you look close, the Phrygia cap or the Liberty cap is in the Army's seal, right in between, basically right in the middle of our seal, actually. So take a look at that next time. It will be coming up here when we get to the Army category of our Trivia Tuesday. But yeah, take a look and check it out. And I'm sorry if I threw any of you off. Cheers to the two that got that right. And let's go ahead and check out that leaderboard. All right, so guys, She What It Is staying in first place. Hoya Kane stays in second. Jay to the fourth is in third. Taco Tuesdays in fourth. And We'll Do It Live moves up into fifth place. So Apple Pie is the highest climber right now, up 5 places. So great job to you, Apple Pie. And yeah, that was pretty cool. Like I said, I'm sorry again. I didn't mean to throw you guys off. I just wanted to wear that hat. And I like questions about hats, but the tricorn hat is not the correct answer, as we all know. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this next one right. And here's our next question. It's another times 2. So after the Continental Army's defeat at Germantown, General Washington returned what to rightful owner British General Howe? Was it A, his sword, B, his dog, C, his horse, or D, his wife? So Washington again was defeated at Germantown. It was pretty bad, but Washington has always had, the best manners. And as we know, he was quite a stand-up guy. So we got 3 seconds remaining, ladies and gentlemen, but 14 answers are in. So, all right, boom, your time is up. But we got 2 with the correct answer. So yes, I know it probably seems a little ridiculous, but the correct answer is in fact his dog. So after the defeat at Germantown, Washington was in his encampment with the rest of his soldiers. And of course, Alexander Hamilton, his aide-de-camp, was there. And a dog wandered into the camp. On the dog's tags, it actually said that it belonged to General Howe, the British general that had just defeated Washington. And so Washington, under flag of truce, actually sent the dog back, and Hamilton wrote correspondence, of course, as Washington's aide-de-camp, and sent back a nice letter. Despite having just lost, they showed, not only good manners, but just they were true gentlemen, and I thought that was pretty interesting. So, yeah, it was not his sword or his horse; it was actually his dog. So, all right, moving on to the leaderboard. Let's go ahead and take a look. And boom, She What It Is stays in first place. Diana Prince jumps up to second. Hoya Kane's in third. Jay to the fourth and fourth, and Taco Tuesday is in fifth. So. Awesome. But up 7 places right now is Lincoln Rocks, and they are the highest climber. So welcome, Lincoln Rocks. I think you guys are fairly new players, but we're happy to have you. And everyone else, you guys are doing great. Keep up the good work, because guess what? It's time to move on to the next question. All right, and we are done now with American history. We're going to move into New England history and trivia, and there will be 1 question worth double points in this round. So be ready. Get those answers in as quick as you can, because guess what? This is going to be a make or break for a lot of people. I think you guys are going to get a lot of correct answers on this. So it's going to be kind of rapid fire, but let's go ahead and kick it off and get it started. All right, born on July 4th, 1804, which famous New England writer penned The Scarlet Letter and The House of Seven Gables? Was it A, Herman Melville, B, Henry David Thoreau, C, Nathaniel Hawthorne, or D, Louisa Alcott? We got 13 answers in so far, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wow. So, all right, a lot of people got that right. So, all right, that's a good one. I'm glad everyone got that, or most people got that right. So, yes, it is, in fact, Nathaniel Hawthorne, and The House of Seven Gables can be found in Salem, Massachusetts. So, I thought that was a pretty interesting question, being that, we just had our Independence Day, July 4th just passed. I thought that it was a pertinent question still to throw in because his birthday just came and went. But yes, one of our most famous authors from New England, although we have many of them. Nathaniel Hawthorne was one of the greats. So moving on, let's go ahead and check out the leaderboard. And we got She What It Is sitting pretty in first place still. Diana Prince stays in second. Hoya Kane is in third. Jada the Fourth is in fourth. And Taco Tuesday is in fifth. Jada the Fourth, you got to move up a little bit because it's throwing me off when I say Jada the Fourth and fourth. So I'm expecting you to move up into the top three there, so it'll just be a little bit easier for me to say. But awesome job, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get it started with the next question. In 1895, this sport was invented in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Was it A, hockey, B, basketball, C, lacrosse, or D, volleyball? And the answers are going to start to fly in here. We got 20 seconds remaining. So get those answers in as quick as you can. There are several sports that have been invented in Massachusetts, but there's one that was invented in 1895 in Holyoke. So we got 15 answers in with 3 seconds remaining, and your time is up, ladies and gentlemen. So boom, we only got 3 with the correct answer. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So I thought that would have been an easier one for everyone, but basketball, definitely not it. That was invented in Springfield, Mass. 4 years prior, actually, to volleyball. And they were both invented by the YMCA. Volleyball just became one of those sports that, they could play indoors, and it was kind of, built off of elements of badminton and handball, but they, it became loved, and, it is a part of our history here in Massachusetts. Lacrosse actually dates back to the Native Americans, if for all of you that guessed that, so the 8 of you guys that guessed lacrosse. So that goes way back even further. But yeah, volleyball. So volleyball and basketball definitely were invented in Massachusetts. So I thought you guys would do a little bit better on that, but no worries. Let's see how you do on this next question. And let's first go to the leaderboard and see how everyone's doing. So Hoya Kane jumps up into first. She What It Is drops down to second. Diana Prince is in third. Jada the Fourth stays in fourth despite me asking her to not be there. And Taco Tuesday is in fifth. So great job, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are doing great. Hoya Kane, I know that you're a serious contender, but do be ready because everyone's coming for you. And let's go ahead and get that next question going. All right, so originally banished from Massachusetts, he is now known as the founder of Rhode Island. Was it A, John Winthrop, B, Roger Williams, C, Thomas Hooker, or D, William Penn? We got 5 answers in with 20 seconds remaining. The answers are starting to fly in now, so I think people know this one, or at least you should. If you're from New England, you definitely have come across this name before. All right, so 9 got that answer correct. Great job, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, and it is in fact Roger Williams. So, he was banished from Massachusetts just for, everyone left Europe to come to the New World to practice, freedom of religion. But as soon as they got here, people started to kind of compete with their religious views. And, so Roger Williams didn't last long in Massachusetts because he had some differing opinions. And so he went down to Rhode Island, basically founded the state of Rhode Island. And Roger Williams, interesting guy, actually. So there's a myth out there, or a theory out there, that where he was buried is, in his final resting place, that a tree actually ate his remains. And so when they dug up his remains to exhume his what was left, they found basically tree roots in the shape of what they thought was him. So I just thought that was a little interesting fact. But Roger Williams, great guy, and he believed strongly in the separation of church and state. Rhode Island, just being such a small state, has so many quirky little stories and things about it that it's always pretty fascinating to talk about. So let's go ahead and check out the leaderboard. And we got Hoya Kane staying in first place. She What It Is in second. J to the fourth is in third. So thank you, J to the fourth, because you're moving up in the world. Lincoln Rocks is on the leaderboard in fourth, and Princess Yu moves up onto the leaderboard in fifth. So great job to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Hoya Kane has a streak with 3 correct answers in a row. But let's see if we can take her down, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, let's go ahead and check out the next question. All right, it's another ×2. So known for inventing the Boston cream pie, this famous hotel was a meeting place for some of America's greatest writers. Was it A, the Parker House, B, the Ritz-Carlton, C, the Lenox Hotel, or D, the Fairmont Copley Plaza? And that is, of course, a delicious Boston cream pie in that picture. And for those of you that have never had a Boston cream pie, well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you're missing out, because it is it is a pretty tasty treat. But we have 5 seconds remaining, so I'm going to give you the countdown with 3, 2, and 1. And your time is up, ladies and gentlemen, but we got 13 with the correct answer on that. So yes, it is in fact the Parker House. And the Parker House is just a fascinating place. So it's one of the most historic hotels in Boston by far. So many different people visited there and have stayed there. You know, many people have worked there. So interesting. But Ho Chi Minh actually worked there. Malcolm X worked there. The Kennedys had their their wedding reception there, and it's actually where JFK gave one of his first speeches at the age of 6 years old. He also proposed to Jackie at the Parker House. But during America's golden age of literature, that was the main meeting place for many, many authors. So you have seen, or the Parker House has seen everyone from Hawthorne, Emerson, Longfellow, even Hemingway have all stayed at the Parker House. So it's pretty cool to think about, you know, how much history is behind those walls. And if you ever get to stay there, there are a couple rooms that they say are haunted. So if you're into that sort of thing, go and check it out. After COVID, of course. But congratulations to the 13 of you that got that right. And let's go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard. All right, so She What It Is moves back up into first place. J to the fourth is in second place. So great job, J to the fourth, moving up again. Lincoln Rocks moves up into third. Hoya Kane drops down to fourth. But Princess Yu right now is on fire with 4 correct answers in a row. And she's in fifth place. So, oh my goodness, this is getting exciting, ladies and gentlemen. As we'd say here in New England, you were all wicked smart. Holy mackerel, holy smokes, whatever you want to say. You know, I could go on for days like this because we're having a blast playing some trivia, but let's go ahead and move on and check out the next question. All right, where did Alexander Graham Bell make the first phone call in history on March 10th, 1876? Was it A, New Haven, Connecticut, B, Boston, Massachusetts, C, Salem, Massachusetts, or D, Newport, Rhode Island? So we got 7 answers in so far with about 15 seconds remaining. Alexander Graham Bell was a Scottish inventor that spent quite a bit of time living in Europe, in several different places there, on the east coast of the United States and also in Canada. But we got 3 with the correct answer, only 3. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, it is in fact Boston, Massachusetts at the Boston Laboratory. Alexander Graham Bell called his assistant, and he said, Mr. Watson, come here, please. I'd like to see you, basically. I'm paraphrasing what his exact words were, but if you ever want to look it up, there are his exact words that they had documented of what he said. That was in a room out of earshot while at the Boston Laboratory. Later on, for those of you that guessed Salem, so 4 of you guessed Salem, Mass. Yes, of course, Salem, Mass has such a storied history, but Salem, Mass was where Alexander Graham Bell made the first long-distance phone call. So he called from Salem back to Boston. So just an interesting fact. I mean, to think of how far we've come just since 1876 with, communications and the internet and everything else. But Alexander Graham Bell was really the one that got it started. And so many thanks to him and to the city of Boston, of course, for hosting such another historic event. So let's go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard. I think it's going to be a little tough after only 4 of you guys got that right, but She What It Is stays in first place. Jada the Fourth is in second. Lincoln Rocks, so really no change at all, but up 3 places right now is DT Size, and he is the highest climber. So yeah, no change to the leaderboard there. I'm a bit surprised. I thought more of you would have known that, but hey, no worries. That's what I'm here for. If you don't know it, at least you get to learn. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on to the next question. All right, and we are in our final 5 questions, ladies and gentlemen. We have U.S. Army history and trivia, and there will be 2 questions worth double points in this round. So let's go ahead and get it started. All right, who is the largest employer in the United States? Is it A, Walmart, B, U.S. Department of Defense, C, Amazon, or D, Starbucks? So the answers are coming in quick, ladies and gentlemen. Think about the category here. There might be one answer that sticks out to you. I'm throwing this in there as a freebie, hoping that, we see what happens here. But we got 10 seconds remaining. And we got 13 answers in with 3 seconds remaining. So get the last couple answers in. All right, boom, 11 got that correct. So yes, it is in fact the Department of Defense. Walmart is a close second. And I'm sure Amazon will eventually be catching them. But right now is the Department of Defense, and we have 3.2 million employees. And, I just think it's pretty incredible to think that we're an all-volunteer service. Among all the services, we're all volunteer. And then we have, of course, our civilians that support us as well. So those government service civilians are just tremendous assets to our team. So if you've ever thought of serving, if you're having trouble out there right now, finding work, whatever it might be, the Army has a place for you. I mean, many people say to me every day, oh, I could never do it. I don't know how you do it. I tell you how I do it. I'm living my life and I'm having a blast. That's exactly how I'm doing it. I love what I do. It's incredibly rewarding. I can sleep at night knowing that I've made a positive difference in the world and I'm helping people every day. So that is how I do it. Yes, of course, the physical activity can be a bit strenuous and there are different things that you might not want to do that come with, serving. But overall, it's just worth it. All of it is 100% worth it. So if you're out there, you've ever thought about it before, feel free to reach out to us. We do have someone that's following along with your YouTube chats right now. So if you do have a question and you want to get in touch with us, that's a way to do it. Or you can reach out to us on any social media platforms or use Sergeant Google and just use Sergeant Google to ask where U.S. Army New England is and give us a call. And if not, that's okay too, because you're out here playing today and we appreciate your support nonetheless. So, all right, let's go ahead and check out that leaderboard. All right, She What It Is locks it in first place still. Jada the Fourth moves up into second. Hoya Kane moves back up into third. Diana Prince moves up into fourth. And DT Size is back on the leaderboard because he is on fire right now with an answer streak of 3. So welcome back to the leaderboard, DT Size. She What It Is and Jada the Fourth and Hoya Kane, be ready, ladies, because I got a feeling that these guys are coming. And we only got 4 questions remaining. So let's go ahead and get to it. And it's time. All right, it's a ×2. So known as CONOP 8888. This is the unofficial plan of the U.S. Army in the event what takes place. Is it A, an alien invasion, B, the zombie apocalypse, C, a killer bee infestation, or D, a nuclear attack? We have 15 seconds remaining with 11 answers in so far. So get those answers in, ladies and gentlemen. And we got 5 seconds remaining. So I'm going to go ahead and give you that countdown with 3, 2, and 1. Boom, your time is up, ladies and gentlemen, but 4 of you got that correct. So no, it is not, in fact, a nuclear attack. I know that seems like probably the most logical, but it is the unofficial plan. And a little funny story about this. So junior military officers, while going through training, they have to learn how to plan operations. And so we have some of the best organization and leadership and everything else in the Army that you could possibly find in the world. And so planning is one of our key factors towards our success. So learning how to plan is something that the Army teaches. And so these junior military officers had to devise a plan and submit it to see how it would be received. And so they submitted a plan for the zombie apocalypse. So the correct answer was, in fact, B, the zombie apocalypse. They submitted that plan, and it was pretty well received as just a, obviously it was a fun, plan that was submitted. It is official, now official. It was unofficial originally. It is official now because the U.S. Department of Defense liked it so much that they adopted it and they made it the real thing. So in the event of a zombie apocalypse, ladies and gentlemen, fear not, because we have your backs. We are ready for it. And after all that's taken place in 2020, I think there are people out there placing bets on what's coming next. But as I've joked before in the past, 2020 has been quite a year thus far. So let's hope that no zombie apocalypse comes. But if it were, the U.S. Army's got you. So let's go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard. And She What It Is drops down to 4th place, but Diana Prince moves up into 1st. Hoya Kane moves up to 2nd. DT Size moves up to 3rd because he's on fire right now with 4 correct answers in a row. And Jay to the 4th drops down. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys... That just happened. They were dethroned very quickly. So 1 and 2 dropped down to 4 and 5. So let's see what happens in these next few questions. And let's go ahead and get it going. All right, so times 2. So this Hall of Fame pitcher and once CEO of the Texas Rangers skipped the 1967 season to serve in the U.S. Army. Was it A, Warren Spahn, B, Roger Clemens, C, Cy Young, or D, Nolan Ryan? And we got 6 answers in so far. We got about 15 seconds remaining, so get those answers in quick. Take some time and think about it. For any of you that are baseball fans out there, oh wow, okay, 8 of you already got it all correct. Okay, so 8 of you got it correct with Nolan Ryan. So yes, Nolan Ryan served in the Army in the 60s. Obviously, that was in the height of Vietnam. Warren Spahn also actually served in the Army as well and earned a Purple Heart. But Nolan Ryan in particular, a Texan, proud Texan, CEO of the Texas Rangers, Hall of Fame baseball pitcher. Just an impressive guy. But to know that, he did do his time and he did serve his country just makes me respect him even more. So, thanks to him for his service, and congratulations to the 8 of you that got that right. Let's go ahead and check out the leaderboard and see how it's looking. So She What It Is moves back up into 1st. So congratulations and welcome back, She What It Is. I can see you do not want to let go of that 1st place ranking easily. So let's see if you can keep it going. And Diana Prince stays in 2nd, Hoya Kane stays in 3rd, DT Size stays in 4th, and Princess Yu moves back up into 5th. Unfortunately, Jay to the 4th dropped down entirely, so let's see if she hops back onto the leaderboard. But either way, you guys are all doing great, and let's go ahead and move on to the next question. There have been only 3,525 recipients of this prestigious award since its inception and on July 12, 1862. Was it A, the Purple Heart, B, the Silver Star, C, the Medal of Honor, or D, the Distinguished Service Cross? So that is Audie Murphy there in that picture, our most decorated soldier in the U.S. Army history, in the history of the U.S. Army, and also a well-loved actor back in the day. So, all right, we got 10 with the correct answer on that. So, wow, the answers are coming in quick, but 10 of you got that correct with, in fact, the Medal of Honor. So, yes, the Medal of Honor is the correct answer. It is the highest and most prestigious award that you can earn. It is, in fact, awarded to you by the President of the United States, regardless of who that is at the time. And, to think that since, this award was first created, 3,500 people essentially have been awarded that, or have earned that award. So it's pretty unbelievable to have received that award. If you think back to episode 1, actually, I was thinking about a friend of mine, Ryan Pitts, that I went to high school with, that is a Medal of Honor recipient from the local area, and it's just pretty remarkable to think how many great young men and women come from the New England area and go on to do incredible things in the armed forces. So thank you to all of you that are doing that, and congratulations to the 10 of you that got that answer correct. Let's go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard. All right, so She What It Is stays in first place. DT Size moves up into second. Princess Yuyu's on fire. Don't ask me how, ladies and gentlemen, because she is a little pint-sized 18-year-old that has quite a bit of knowledge packed into her brain, apparently. But Hoya Kane is in fourth place, and Lincoln Rocks is in fifth. So awesome job to all of you guys. Princess Yuyu has got that answer streak of 3 going on right now. So She What It Is, can you hang on for first place on to the last question? Let's go ahead and get it going. And I believe this is it, ladies and gentlemen. So on July 7th, 1976, the U.S. Military Academy at West Point made this historic change to a long-standing policy. Was it A, allowing women to attend, B, allowing African Americans to attend, C, allowing civilians to attend, or D, allowing cadets to wear religious clothing? All right, we got 7 answers in so far with about 10 seconds remaining, so get those last few answers in, and they're flying in. This is it, ladies and gentlemen, for all the marbles, or all the marbles, as we say. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It is A, allowing women to attend. So on July 7th, 1976, 119 female cadets showed up at West Point for their first day of duty at the United States Military Academy. It's pretty remarkable. Only 60 or so of them went on to graduate in 1980, but they all commissioned as second lieutenants. For those of you that don't know, there's a number of service academies here. The federal service academies, anyways, are West Point, Annapolis, the Air Force Academy, of course, Kings Point, which is the Merchant Marine Academy, and yeah, that's it. But of course, we love West Point because go Army, beat Navy. But yeah, 40 years ago or so, our young ladies were finally allowed to go and become officers, full-time officers, and accept commissions into the U.S. Army. So I know it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but you got to think, change happens over time, and we allowed women to serve long before that. But it wasn't something at that time that was entirely acceptable. So it went on to become a thing that now we have some of the best and brightest women out there serving in our ranks, and we are thankful for them because now with all jobs being open to whomever, regardless of gender, it's just pretty incredible. So awesome job to those of you that got that correct, the 12 of you that got that right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the podium because I got a feeling it's going to be wild, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so in third place, we got She What It Is. In second place, Princess Yuyu. And in first place, who is it? DT Size. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, wow. All right, we got 11 out of 18 for DT Size. Princess Yu got 12 out of 18, but just must have been a bit slower on the answers. And She What It Is drops down from first place to third place and got 11 out of 18. So, bummer, She What It Is. It's all good, but congratulations nonetheless. All 3 of you guys are very impressive, and you're all certified Wicked Smart. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. As I said before, I issued the challenge to all of you in the beginning of this episode. Please spread the word. Next week is going to be our last episode of Season 1. It will be episode 15, and I am ready for a bit of a break so I can, reconsolidate and draft some new questions for all of you to keep you on your toes. But in the meanwhile, let's go out with a bang. Invite everyone that you know. Invite everyone that you can. Have them come out and play with us. It's less than an hour of your time. You get to learn something and you get to have some fun. And if you're wicked smart, well then this is the place to prove that. Because as we always say, you get one of these certificates when it's all said and done, and you can put that on your fridge because it certifies you as wicked smart. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for coming out. we can't thank you enough just for showing that your support throughout all of this. And we'll see you next week. Spread that word, like I said. And in the meanwhile, stay safe and stay healthy and take care.